Good day, everyone! Welcome to another review session video. This time, we will be focusing on assessment of learning. I will read the sentences or stem and the choices. I will give you 10 seconds to choose your answer. After 10 seconds, I will reveal the best answer and give a rationalization or explanation. Am I clear? Let's begin. Number 1. A test item has a difficulty index of 0.81 and a discrimination index of 0.13. What should the test constructor do? A. Retain the item. B. Make it a bonus item. C. Revise the item. D. Reject the item. The correct answer is option D, reject the item. The difficulty level of an item with difficulty index of 0.81 class is very easy. The discrimination level of an item with discrimination index of 0.13 is very discriminating. Thus, the item category is very poor. Therefore, the item should be rejected. Number 2. Which is not a characteristic of a good matching type test? A. An item may have no answer at all. B. The items in the right and left columns are equal in number. C. An answer may be repeated. D. There are two or more destructors. The correct answer is option A. An item may have no answer at all. If you construct whatever type of test, there should be a correct answer. Options B, C, and D are all characteristics of a good matching type test. Well done! Number 3. Which is included in item analysis? A. Determining the percentage equivalent of the cutoff score. B. Identifying the highest score. C. Determining the cutoff score. Or letter D. Determining the effectiveness of destructors. The correct answer is option D. Determining the effectiveness of distractors. If a teacher will conduct an item analysis class, he or she should know the difficulty of an item, discrimination of an item, and the effectiveness of the distractors. Number 4. The criterion of success in Teacher Casano's objective is that the pupils must be able to spell 90% of the words correctly. Anna and 19 others correctly spelled 40 words only out of 50. This means that Teacher Casano A. Attained his objective because of his effective spelling drill. B. Attained his lesson objective. C. Failed to attain his lesson objective as far as the 20 pupils are concerned. D. Did not attain his lesson objective because of the pupils' lack of attention. Answer is option C. Failed to attain his lesson objective as far as the 20 pupils are concerned because the students did not meet Teacher Casano's mastery level set, which is 90%. As far as the 20 students are concerned, they attained only 80% of the mastery level, and it is 10% below the mastery level set by the teacher. Number 5. Ben's scores in mathematics quizzes are as follows: 90, 85, 70, 65, 99, and 78. What is the mean of these scores? A. 65, B. 99, C. 85.5, D. 81.17. The answer is option D. Very good. 81.17. To compute for the mean, get the sum of all the scores, and that will be 847 divided by 6 to arrive at 81.17. Number 6. On which assumption is portfolio assessment based? A. Portfolio assessment is dynamic assessment. B. Assessment should stress the reproduction of knowledge. C. An individual learner is inadequately characterized by a test score. Or letter D. An individual learner is adequately characterized by a test score. The answer is option A. Portfolio assessment is a dynamic assessment class because portfolio assessment is a process of gathering multiple indicators of student progress to support the achievement of course objectives in a dynamic, ongoing, and collaborative process. Number 7. What is the mode of the following scores? 90, 85, 96, 85, 93, 66, 85, 75, 90, 96, 93, and 100. Letter A, 85, B, 93, C, 93 and 85, D, 85 and 90. The answer is option A. Very good. 85, because 85 occurred 3 times in the distribution. Mode class defines as the number that occurred most in the distribution of scores. The distribution is also classified as unimodal. Number 8. Teacher Josh gave a test in science. The facility index of item number 6 is 96%. The best way to describe item number 6 is A. Difficult item, B. Very easy item, C. Very difficult item, D. Average item. The answer is option B, very easy item, because 96% of the students' class got the item number correctly. Number 9. Teacher Marcy gave a test in English. Item number 18 has a difficulty index of 0.85 and discrimination index of negative 0.10. What should Teacher Marcy do? A. Retain the item. B. Make the item bonus. C. Reject the item. D. Reject it and make the item bonus. The answer is option C. Very good. Reject the item because the item is very easy and is a questionable item. Hence, she should reject the item. Number 10. Which of the following does not belong to the group when we are talking about projective personality test? A. Sentence completion test. B. Word association test. C. Interview. D. Thematic apperception test. The answer is option C. Very good. Interview. Because sentence completion test, word association test, and thematic apperception test are all projective personality tests, while interview cannot be considered as a test per se. Number 11. Teacher R wrote of JM. When JM came to the class this morning, he seemed very tired and slouched into his seat. He took no part in his class discussion and seemed to have no interest in what was being discussed. This was very unusual, for he has been eager to participate and often monopolized the class discussion. What Teacher R wrote is an example of blank. A. Incidents report. B. Observation report. C. Personality report. D. Anecdotal report. The answer is option D. Very good. Anecdotal report. Because class, anecdotal reports are notes written by the teacher regarding incidents at the classroom that might need special attention in the future. Number 12. Student J was asked to report to the guidance office. Student J and his classmates at once remarked, "What's wrong?" What does this mean? A. Reporting to the guidance office is often associated with misbehavior. B. The parents of student J must be of the delinquent type. C. Student J is a problem student. D. Guidance counselors are perceived to be almighty and omniscient. The answer is option A. Very good. Reporting to the guidance office is often associated with misbehavior because usually the students are confused between guidance counselor and prefect of discipline. Number 13. Which must go with self-assessment for it to be effective? A. Consensus of evaluation results from teacher and student. B. Scoring rubric. C. External monitor. D. Public display of results of self-evaluation. The answer is option B. Very good. Scoring rubric. Because a scoring rubric class is very important and indispensable for self-assessment. Number 14. Which of the following statements is the main purpose of administering a pre-test and a post-test to students? A. To measure the value of the material taught. B. To measure gains in learning. C. To keep adequate records. D. To accustom the students to frequent testing. The answer is option B. Very good. To measure gains in learning. Because by conducting pre-test and post-test, the teacher can measure if the students learn something from the class. By doing so, the teacher can make remedial and reteaching if necessary. Number 15. Which assessment activity is most appropriate to measure the objective to explain the meaning of molecular bonding for the group with strong interpersonal intelligence? A. Write down chemical formulas and show how they are derived. B. Build several molecular structures with multicolored pop beads. C. Draw diagrams that show different bonding patterns. D. Demonstrate molecular bonding using students as atoms. The answer is option D. Very good. Demonstrate molecular bonding using students as atoms. Because one of the characteristics of students with strong interpersonal intelligence is they want to be involved or they want to involve themselves in a classroom discussions and group activities. Number 16. What is the main purpose if a teacher uses a standardized test? A. To compare her students to national norms. B. To serve as a final examination. C. To serve as a unit test. D. To engage in easy scoring. The answer is option D, to engage in easy scoring, because the primary purpose of giving standard test is to engage in easy scoring. Number 17. Teacher Jessica gave a pretest and most of her students passed the pretest. What should Teacher Jessica do? A. Go on to the next unit. B. Go through the lesson quickly in order not to skip any. C. Go through the unit as usual because it is part of the syllabus. D. Administer the post-test. The answer is option C. Very good. Go through the unit as usual because it is part of the syllabus. The teacher must teach the lesson as it is, because the lesson is not mastered by all of the students yet, and it is part of the syllabus. Number 18. If Teacher Ivan wants to test his students' synthesizing skills, which of the following has the highest diagnostic value? A. Completion test. B. Essay test. C. Performance test. D. Multiple choice test. The correct answer is option B. Well done! Essay test. Because in answering an essay test, the students are combining their ideas about sentence construction, coherence of the ideas, the content, and all the elements in writing an essay. Therefore, the students are going to make the different parts or elements into a whole, and that is synthesizing. Number 19. Blank is an example of mammals. Why is this test item poor? 1. The language used in the question is not precise. 2. The test item does not pose a problem to the examinee. 3. The blank is near the beginning of a sentence. 4. There are many possible correct answers to this item. A. 2 and 4. B. 1 and 2. C. 1 and 3. D. 3 and 4. The correct answer is option A, 2 and 4, because the item class have many possible answers and the stem does not pose a problem to the examinee. Number 20. The difficulty index of a test item number 20 is 1. What does this imply? A. The test is very difficult. B. The test is very easy. C. The test item is quality item. D. Nobody got the item correctly. The correct answer is option B. Very good, because the difficulty index is 1, which means that everybody got the item correctly. Hence, the test item is very easy. Number 21. Mr. Charito conducted a test after discussing the lesson entitled Table of Specification to check whether the students learned something about the lesson. The result is not part of the computation of grade but to get feedback only. Which type of assessment did Mr. Charito administer? A. Placement assessment. B. Diagnostic assessment. C. Formative assessment. D. Summative assessment. The correct answer is letter C. Very good. Formative assessment. Because it is given during or after instruction to get feedback whether the students learn something from the discussions or not. The result of this assessment is not a part of the grading system because the purpose is to monitor the learning progress of the students only. Number 22. The admissions office conducted scholarship examination to 4 batches to test takers. The table below shows the performance of each batch. Batch 1, we have 10 number of takers with an average of 88. Batch 2, we have 25 number of takers and their average is 95. Batch 3 have 15 number of takers with an average of 96. And batch 4 with 10 number of takers with an average of 98. What is the overall average of the test takers? A. 91, B. 91.75, C. 92, D. 92.08. The answer is letter D. Wow, very good! 92.08. How did we come up with the answer? All you need to do is to find the weighted mean. The weighted mean class equals number of takers per batch multiplied by their average, then add the result and divided by the total number of takers. So, 10 times 88 equals 880. 25 times 95 equals 2,375. 15 times 86 equals 1,290. And 10 times 98 equals 980. You are going to add the results. 880 plus 2,375 plus 1,290 plus 980 equals 5,525. Divided by the total number of takers, which is 60. And we will have the result of 92.08. Number 23. Which statements are true about constructing matching type of test? First, the options and descriptions are not necessarily homogeneous. Number 2, the options must be greater than the descriptions. 3, the directions must state the basis of matching. Number 4, the descriptions must be in column A and options in column B. A. 1 only, B. 2 and 4, C. 2, 3, and 4, D. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The answer is option C. Very good. Statements 2, 3, and 4 are some of the guidelines in developing a matching type of test. Options must be greater than the descriptions. The directions must state the basis of matching, and the descriptions must be in column A and options in column B. Statement 1 class is a violation of developing a matching type of test. In developing a matching type of test, the descriptions and options must be homogeneous. Number 24. Which of the following test items can effectively measure HOTS or higher order thinking skills cognitive learning objectives? A. Objective test, B. Achievement test, C. Completion test, or letter D. Extended essay test. The correct answer is option D. The extended essay test class is the most effective thinking skills of cognitive learning objectives. The essay test, whether restricted or extended, assess as the student's ability to organize and present their original ideas. The students are expected to demonstrate the ability to organize ideas in a logical way, integrate and express ideas, Conversely, the objective test, achievement test, or completion test demonstrate the ability to recall factual knowledge. Finally, in our last number 25, which of the following is not a characteristic of an objective test? A. Can cover a large sampling of content areas. B. Time-consuming to prepare. C. There is a single or best answer. D. Can measure higher-order thinking skills. The correct answer is option D. The statements class in A, B, and C are characteristics of an objective test. Objective test normally measures low-level thinking skills such as knowledge or remembering. That's it! Congratulations everyone for finishing this video. How was your score? Did you get the correct answers? If not, you can still replay this and read more on the concepts presented and review our past lessons and videos. Thank you and see you in our next review session. God bless future teachers. Bye!